What is up everyone, Bearkid here, and I'm bringing you guys a quick Gears of War 4 discussion video. Just yesterday we actually got a Horde 3.0 reveal trailer where we got to see a lot of great things with Horde, and it just looks amazing. I'm just going to say that right now, it looks amazing. The thing that's really interesting when it comes to the class system is, we get 5 types of classes here. We got Sniper, Engineer, Soldier, Scout, and Heavy. There isn't really too much information about what each class can do, but it's pretty simplistic and easy for the imagination. They all pretty much were shown what they can do in the trailer themselves. The one thing I was a little concerned about was that if you can play as any character while being a specific class, but it was actually confirmed by Rod Ferguson himself on Twitter that you pretty much pick your character and then you pick the class. So you can be Marcus and be an engineer, and you can be Kate and be a heavy, so it doesn't matter. So you can be whatever class you want with whatever character you like, so that's awesome. That was the one thing that was really annoying with Gears of War Judgment's class system for Overrun, because the thing that was annoying is they only had 4 classes, and in whatever class you picked, you would be a specific character. So if you picked an engineer, you were Baird, etc., etc. And that was the thing that was annoying, because of the fact that no matter what you picked, there was always going to be a double of the same character, because of the fact that there's only 4 classes, and so you couldn't pick anyone else. And that was the thing that was always annoying. You always see 2 Bairds, 2 Coles, or something like that, and I never liked that. I always hated that so much. And we never have to worry about that with Gears of War 4, because you can pick your character and then the class. So as long as no one doesn't pick the same character as you, then you're pretty much fine. And then one thing I really want to talk about with Gears of War 4's Horde is a lot of people were saying, "Ah, man, I want Gears of War 3's Horde. This is weird. I don't like it. I don't like classes. It looks dumb." It's like, dude, this is Gears of War 3's Horde, but better, because what's going on is you basically have Gears of War 3's Horde where you build fortifications and things like that, but there's 2 major things that improve on Gears of War 3's Horde. The first thing is the fortifications themselves. When it came to Gears of War 3's Horde, you had to go to a specific spot and build fortifications around it. With Gears of War 4's Horde, you build fortifications in a similar manner, but instead of it being on a specific spot, you can build them anywhere. So you can find a specific corner of the map that you really like and just start building fortifications there. You don't have to go up to a specific flag or pole or whatever you want to call it and pick that spot and then build around it. You can do whatever you like, and it can be a specific choke point on the map where you build fortifications there, or you can choose a huge wide open area and build a defense around that. So it's actually really cool how you can just do whatever you like, and you're free to do whatever you like, and you don't really have to specifically stick together. You can have 2 friends on this portion of the map building stuff, you can have 1 person on the center doing his own thing, and then you can have the other 2 people doing whatever they want to do. So it's actually really cool and a lot more free instead of being restricted to 1 spot. I know Gears of War 3 had the ability to where you can basically pick 2 spots or 3 spots and then build around like the whole map even, but all of that would take way too long, and by the time you build everything, all the previous things you started off with would get destroyed, and you never had enough money to build around the whole map. It was just practically impossible, at least for me it was. And with this one, you're not all fixated on a spot, so you don't have to worry about a dumb teammate picking the dumbest flag or pole, whatever you want to call it, at the beginning of the game, because that actually happened to me a few times. I would jump into Horde randomly, and we would be playing on Azura, for example, and the guy would pick a spot in one of the spawns. Like, second the round would start, first round would start, he immediately runs up to the first thing and starts it, and it's like, dude, we're on Azura, like, let's go to the top part, like where the mortar is. Hello? Like, it's a lot easier to build fortifications around that than a freaking spawn. Like, it was just stupid, and that was always really annoying. Whereas in Gears of War 4, you can do whatever the hell you want. If your friend wants to chill and spawn, then that's up to them. That's not going to bother you in any way. And then the thing that's really good as well, besides the fortifications, is the class system. The class system is going to be really good, because instead of everyone just having, the same exact abilities, everyone's going to be able to do different things. We're going to have the Sniper, Engineer, Soldier, Scout, Heavy, and they're all going to have their own specific characteristics to them, and it's going to make the game a lot more diverse. So we're getting Gears of War 3's Horde, but we're taking away the restriction of being stuck inside of a specific area, and then on top of it giving every character their own special awesome ability. And that's the thing that's going to make Gears of War 4's Horde a lot better, because we're going to be more free, and then we're going to even be more powerful because we're going to be able to do our own things and have our own abilities. So that's just one thing I really want to say. I hate when people say that, oh, it's going to suck because it has classes. Like, dude, don't knock it before you try it. Like, there's no reason to. Like, it's pretty much Gears of War 3's Horde, but better. Like, I don't know. I just honestly hate it. And then the one thing I really want to talk about too in this video is when it comes to the enemies. The enemies look really good, really diverse. We saw, you know, the DBs, which I actually think are pretty cool. Some people are hating on it. I kind of get why. I'll give them a pass on that because I can see why people would hate robot enemies instead of just seeing the swarm. You know, because in Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3's Horde, we always had monsters. So seeing the DBs can be a little controversial. So I kind of get that. Personally, I don't mind them though. I think they look pretty cool. But the things that look freaking cool to me, and I don't know if you guys noticed while watching the trailers, is we got to see the first look at the new boomers. I'm going to post an image right here. Look at that thing. It looks like a boomer, but if it decided to exercise and got, you know, kind of yoked instead of being, you know, completely fat. And just look at this thing. He's freaking huge, and I actually think he looks a lot more threatening than like the standard boomer, because the standard boomer just looked like a slow, fat idiot, and this one looks like, I don't know, it just looks like he can punch you in the face and you die. But yeah, and then we got to see the first look at how Snatchers actually look in gameplay, because we've seen images, we've seen, you know, like the quick 2-second scene in the campaign trailer, but now we get to see how they are actually in the game, and holy shit, they're huge. Like, I couldn't believe how huge the Snatchers are. I thought they were gonna be like kind of big but not too big. I thought they're gonna be like Pouncer size, you know, nothing too big, but then we see that they're freaking huge. They're like corpsers pretty much, like kind of like the corpsers from Gears of War 3, I guess. Not quite as big as like the normal corpsers, but still they're pretty damn big, and they're a lot bigger than I expected. And it makes sense they would be called Snatchers, seeing as they're the ones that kidnap people, turn them into the freaking juvies by putting them in pods. So that was actually really quite cool to see. And then we got to see that big monster again from the campaign trailer, and its like chest opens up and it starts shooting out like fly things. Like, whoa, this is all freaking awesome. Overall, Gears of War 4's Horde is going to be amazing. It's going to be good. People are hating on the difference, you know, with the classes and things like that because they're too nostalgia ridden and they just hate change. This is going to be good. Don't knock it before you try it. Gears of War 4's Horde is going to be simply amazing, and I'm going to play the crap out of it, and I'm going to do live streams and things like that. So I'm not going to hate on it at all. But anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, please definitely hit that like button and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about Gears of War 4's Horde and what you guys thought about the trailer. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy.
Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my most recent Gears of War video, hit that link on the left. If you want to see my most recent Dragon Ball video, hit that link on the right. Thanks for watching, guys.